Hi everyone, my name is Bill Spilker and welcome to my YouTube channel. Please like and subscribe for more tech related content. Today we're going to start talking about the leaks and rumors about Apple's Worldwide Developer Conference, also known as WWDC. First up, we're going to be talking about iOS. We're expecting to see new features come to iMessage as we do every year. I think we need new features to make it more party complete with WeChat and WhatsApp. In iMessage, I think they're going to add some new settings for notifications where you can personalize by chat on what kind of notifications you want, and like certain chats that display sounds. In general, I think iOS we're going to see a lot of updates to notifications. Next up, we're also planning to see some new features in the Health app. In the Health app, they're expecting to get food tracking, which I'm excited to see this. There are lots of third-party apps that do this, so I'm just excited to see what Apple does first party. Last year we also saw improvements to iOS come into the widgets, first time on the home screen. While this was great, I think there's still lots of room for improvement. Right now widgets are only shortcuts or displays information from the app on the home page. I really like to see the widgets be interactive. For example, I like to see like a calculator app where you could actually type numbers and get your answer. Or more relevant would probably be like a Google search bar where you click and type the search on the home screen instead of just launching the app. Another improvement from last year's feature is the app library. App library gives you the ability to see all your apps in one spot. You don't have to have it as an icon on the home screen. So it really cleans up your home screen. I really like this. The way they do this is they group the apps by feature. You don't have any control over this. Just because I like full control over my phone, I'd much rather have full control on which groups are made and what apps are in which group. So I'm hoping to see some more control there this year. And then as always with iOS and Apple, I expect to see new security and accessibility features. On the security side, it's rumored we'll get a new settings page where we are able to control what the applications do with our user data. So giving more control to users is always great, and I'm excited to see this. Next up, let's talk about iPadOS. After the spring event this year, there was a lot of expectations going to WWDC on iPadOS. First up, I would just like to see party sync between iOS and iPadOS. Last year, we got all the widget stuff on iPhone. While you can have the same widgets on iPad, they're still limited to the left side of the home screen, which with the iPad having much bigger screens than iPhones, I think you should be able to put them anywhere in probably even bigger sizes. So I think there's lots of improvements to be made with the iPadOS and widgets. And again, I also want to see the app library come over to iPadOS. I really like that feature on iOS, and it just makes it really easy to find applications, in my opinion. Now let's talk about the new power that the iPad Pros have with the M1 chip. With the M1 chip, there's no reason Apple shouldn't release their Pro applications on iPad. I'm mainly thinking of Final Cut Pro and Xcode. Since the iPad has the exact same chip as the M1 Max do, and the M1 Max already run these applications, I think there's no excuse for them not to come to the iPad. You pair the Magic Keyboard with the iPad, it makes for a great coding machine for anyone from beginners to pro. I think having Final Cut on the iPad will also be great because it gives creators another option of how to make their videos on the go. I also think with the new M1 chip that iPadOS should finally have a new way to do multi-application. I don't think we're going to see like a window-based system like we do on macOS. And the current multitasking on iPad is really good, but like I forget it, and every time I want to use it, I have to look up again. So I think there's something that they can make more intuitive so people can remember and make it more powerful for the users. Moving on, let's talk about WatchOS and TVOS together. And both of these OSs, I don't think we'll see much improvement. I think with WatchOS, the big thing will be in the fall when we get a new Apple Watch. I suspect we'll have a new health input sensor on the Apple Watch to give more data to the Health app. So on the WatchOS, I think maybe we'll get some new visual designs, maybe a new default app from Apple, but I don't expect much. Very similar to the tvOS. I don't think we'll see much. We just got the new hardware last month, so Apple TV is kind of already updated. My wish list for tvOS is better live TV integration. For example, on the Chromecast 2020, They have a nice live guide-like feature on their homepage where it shows you the live TV schedule. I think Apple TV should add this and have support for YouTube TV, Hulu, Sling, all the big streaming TV services out there. I think adding this, just kind of adjusting the user flow on Apple TV is needed. And I think having the guide on the home screen would be a great feature for that. Let's talk about the leaks and rumors around Apple smart homes. It is rumored that Apple is going to launch HomeOS. HomeOS is going to be a new platform to replace the Home app and HomeKit, I believe. I think this is a direct result from Apple joining an alliance with Amazon, Google, and other smart home manufacturers to all be on an open source platform. And I think pretty much from that alliance, it's bringing more products to all the platforms. So these products aren't platform agnostic, are only on one platform, and they're platform agnostic. In the end, for the consumer, I think this will be great because then we have more products that can work with which can work with whatever smart home platform that you are currently on. I think a part of HomeOS will probably see a new home app on iOS and iPad and macOS, and hopefully there's some cool new features in here. Personally, I've started dabbling into a couple third-party home applications. That's some really cool smart home triggers that the built-in one doesn't. So hopefully the home app will do that. With the rumored HomeOS branding, I think we're also going to see iOS rebranded as iPhoneOS. Originally, the iPhone platform was known as iPhoneOS, and then right before they launched the iPad is when the iOS branding came. Now we have iPadOS and we get HomeOS. I think it just makes sense to bring back iPhoneOS. macOS, I think we'll see a very calm update. Last year we saw a major update, and with Apple Silicon this year, I think that's the main focus for all the teams. Between hardware and the software, there's a lot of software for the new Apple Silicon Macs. So I think that's been the primary focus for the Mac team. One feature I would like to always keep seeing is just improvement at iMessage and making it more party with the mobile platforms, and even some more features that the mobile platforms don't to computer. So I think iMessage should be a little more powerful than what it is on the mobile devices. Let's talk about the hardware rumors leading up to WWDC. WW is usually more focused on the developers, so it's usually software focused, but I do think we are going to see the first pro level Apple Silicon device this year. I don't think it'll be an M1. I think there's rumors are M1X or two M1 chips, but either way, I think we're going to see the MacBook Pro 16-inch announced, since that is kind of industry standard for developers to have. I think we might see like a Mac Mini or maybe iMac. That's more pro focused, but I definitely think we'll see the MacBook Pro 16-inch come out. And we really need something pro level because the current M1s are limited to one external display with laptops. I think the Mac Mini is two external displays. As you see behind me, I have three. I know lots of other pros have more. So just the more GPU power out of the Apple Silicon would be great. I would also like to see a lower priced Pro display from Apple, more aimed at developers or lower consumers. The Pro XDR is an awesome monitor, but for $5,000-$6,000, it puts it out of reach for most people and most companies. I think Apple should really look at bringing back the Cinema Pro display line. I had one of those monitors before I got this setup. A really nice monitor, but it was stuck at 2K. I really wanted 4K, so I think Apple could really launch Cinema display, 4K, 5K resolution, and I would guess it'd probably be $1,000, $2,000 mark, but that should be on par with most of the market. The past couple of years, Apple has partnered with LG, and those monitors are cool, but Apple design is just way better. I like the aluminum chassis from the previous Cinema display and the current XDR. Bloomberg's reporting that this won't come at WWDC, but we can always hope. They're saying it's probably going to be a 2022 launch. The final tidbit is the long-rumored launch of Apple Glasses. In the invite for WWDC, there's glare on developers' glasses. Lots of people are taking this as Apple's going to give us some information about Apple AR, VR glasses. I think this is just classic Apple trolling us, but who knows? In the least, I maybe think we'll see Apple release a dev kit for the AR, VR. That'd be rather bulky right now, and then in a couple of years we'll see Apple glasses AR, VR, whatever they're going to call it, release and be a lot more minimal than the initial dev kit. That's it. Let me know what you're excited about from WWDC this week. Are you going to watch the stream live tomorrow? Let me know in the comments below. Please like and subscribe to my channel for more tech-related content. Keep your eye out for a follow-up WWDC video this week where I'll go over all the announcements from the live stream tomorrow. Thanks.